The positive side of my job is I get to wake up every morning and do what I love to do.
I put this uniform on every day because I think it shows exactly who I am. And I think someone has to do it. The best part of my job, when the bad guy loses.
Good morning, 1757.
Hi, I'm Javon Sanders. I work for the Grounds Police Department, and I've worked the North Side Patrol for 2 years.
I'm Mariah Johnson. I've been with the Grand Rapids Police Department for 2 years, and I'm currently assigned to the East Service area.
Patrol officer is, in a nutshell, keep the peace, keep the order in our community. We kind of have to be everything. Sometimes you gotta be a priest, sometimes you gotta be just that voice for the community.
I have not always known I wanted to be a police officer. I've had the idea of it just watching my dad as I grew up. He's been an officer for more than 29 years. He played a big role in guiding me into police work and introducing me to the internship that's provided. And when I went on my first ride along and we went lights and sirens, that's when I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. It was fun, it was an adrenaline rush, and I loved it.
Well, I'm born and raised from the city. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a police officer. So after high school, went and got a bachelor's degree from Grand Valley in criminal justice.
When I went off to college, I majored in finance. My dad always told me, if you want to be a police officer, that's fine, but you don't have to major in criminal justice. And he actually suggested I major in something aside from that. In case I ended up not liking police work, I had something to fall back on.
Then I became an intern at the front desk. Thought that would be a good way to get my foot in the door. A year later, got sponsored to go through the academy, and the rest is history.
1960s. As a patrol officer, you're responsible for taking calls. We'll take calls anywhere from alarms, whether residential, commercial, domestics, home invasions, traffic crashes.
For the most part, every call is definitely going to be at least 2 officers. If there's a suspect on scene, we definitely want 2, maybe 3 officers involved. We try to outnumber the bad guy, so if there's 3 bad guys, it'd be 4 officers at least. So priority, we have a ranking system. It's based on the severity of the incident, of the crime.
It gets ranked from 1 to 9, 1 being the highest priority, 9 being the lowest priority.
So like a B&E home invasion would probably be a 2 or 3. A shooting or stabbing, definitely a 1. A basic car crash, no injuries, probably be a number 9. After every call, we write reports. Usually the unsaid rule around here is whoever gets to the call first writes the report, or if it's your service area, then you definitely gotta take that report, yeah.
Since I've gotten hired, I've married a Grand Rapids police officer also. We work the same shift, opposite sides of the city, so it's really nice being able to see what each other are on and knowing that we're both okay.
It definitely takes a certain type of person to be a police officer. Not everyone can do this job. It's a very dangerous job. It's a very selfless job. Your heart has to be in it, your mind. You gotta be patient with people. You gotta be understanding.
If you get offended easily, then this job isn't for you. You have to have thick skin. You're gonna get called every name in the book. I've been called names I haven't even heard of before, but it's important to just let that go in one ear and out the other. If you let that stuff get to you, you're gonna start carrying yourself unprofessionally. But at the same time, just because you have thick skin doesn't mean that there aren't gonna be calls that still get to you. The traumas that we come in contact with, the dead bodies, the arrest that turned sideways as we were trying to take them into custody. Some of the stuff that we see, you can't unsee. Everyone has their weak moments, and that's totally normal in being a police officer.
For anybody wanting to get into law enforcement, first you gotta have the passion for it. You can't just wake up and say, I want to be a police officer. This is a very dynamic job that you definitely gotta have the heart for. So you wanna make sure this is right for you.
I can't say that the best piece of advice was something my dad told me. I think it was more of something he showed me, to not let the stresses of being on this force affect your home life. It's important to find a balance between it. I mean, at the end of the day, you go home and you gotta count your blessings and be grateful for what you have, which is your family that's around you.
I do this job because I love people. I love meeting new people. Every night I go into 4 to 5 different homes. Each home has a different story.
There's a lot to learn just by hearing somebody, just by listening to somebody.
I think my favorite part of the job is actually my teammates. There's a sense of family not only like within my team, but within your whole rotation, within the whole department.
I work with a lot of men and women who put their lives on the line every night for this city, for the people, for their community.
Because at the end of the day, everyone's goal is to go home safe. And in order to do that, you're gonna have to work as a team, back each other up. You wanna be able to trust your teammates and feel safe with your teammates. It's just teamwork is what it comes down to, because you're not gonna be able to handle it all on your own.
The best part of my job, when the bad guy loses, somebody who just don't have any respect for human life or property. So definitely when I'm able to catch that bad guy who's running or who thinks that they're above the law.
Makes you feel good.
Makes me feel great.